Here's what I tell my patients. If you want to lose weight quickly, stay away from white bread, refined pasta, rice, and potatoes. Refined carbohydrates offer plenty of calories, and they don't fill you up, so you get hungry much faster than you do if you eat a high-protein meal, or if you eat whole grain carbs. And speaking of weight, obesity is increasingly becoming a serious problem for children and adolescents. Many more children today are being diagnosed with what used to be called adult-onset diabetes, now known as type 2 diabetes. We'll see how parents can help their children after today's Healthy Body, Healthy Mind Did You Know? Did you know if you exercise every day, you're more likely to keep your mind sharp well into old age? Staying physically fit throughout your life is not only good for your body, but also it's the perfect prescription for your mind and memory. Parents may be able to help prevent obesity in their children by instilling healthy habits early on. Here's Julie Donaldson.
Little Alexandra is a bright and lively 4-year-old. She loves going to school, playing with her friends, and even visiting her doctor. She's in excellent health, the right height and weight for her age. But that wasn't the case a couple of years ago. When Alexandra was 2, she weighed 44 pounds, too much for her age and height. Her mother worked with her pediatrician to help change the family's eating habits. And now, 2 years later, Alexandra is the same 44 pounds, but no longer is at risk for obesity. Unfortunately, Alexandra's case is not unique.
Childhood obesity is epidemic. It's not only on the rise, but we are involved in one of the biggest public health problems that I think America has ever faced.
Obesity is not just a problem when children become adults. It can increase a child's risk to develop type 2 diabetes. Orthopedic problems are more prevalent in obese children. Heart disease and hypertension can also develop. Even sleep apnea, which affects children's ability to concentrate, can develop more easily. But there are ways to help prevent obesity. First rule, healthy eating begins in the home.
Well, I think in the home is somewhere to start. You need to have the fruits and vegetables available in the homes. They have to be readily accessible, washed and chopped and easily available to the children. Parents need to incorporate it into their meals. Make salads, make soups with vegetables, serve the vegetables with dinner. But most importantly, they have to be available and accessible, and children will eat them and like them.
For toddlers, that may sound easy enough. Incorporate fresh vegetables into their diets and make sure there are plenty of healthy snacks available for them at home. But will these healthy habits stay with them as they get older? Experts say chances are they will.
There are a few studies that indicate that if you introduce things earlier on or establish certain habits early on, they're more likely to carry on into about 5 to 7 years of age. Again, our longitudinal data is very limited to say that what we do with a child when they're 2 or 3 will influence what they're eating when they're teenagers. But again, I think there's some common sense that as a child develops in a home and develops certain eating habits, they're more likely to continue them on into childhood and adolescence.
Don't worry about whether your children like healthy foods. Serve them to them early and they'll get used to eating them. Here's what's recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics. At approximately 6 months, solid food should be introduced into the baby's diet, beginning with an iron-fortified infant cereal. Next, strained fruits and vegetables, one new food at a time, to check for food sensitivity. Remember, you may need to give babies new foods many different times before they accept the food. It's part of children's growth and development process to sample foods of different taste and texture. Researchers believe that there are really 2 main reasons children become obese: too many calories and not enough exercise. The real high-calorie culprit in children's diets appears to be sugary soft drinks, sodas, and juice drinks. Experts caution that sodas and soft drinks should not be put in a bottle because the high sugar content can damage the baby's teeth. And for older children, ordering a large soda with a fast food meal can add hundreds of calories to the child's diet, calories that very quickly can add up to unwanted pounds.
I think kids need to be aware, for instance, of how many calories are in a large Coke. Certainly, I don't expect children to be counting their calories every day, but they need to have some awareness when they take a big gulp or when they take 24 ounces of a soda, that's 300 calories. And just have some idea of the concept that those sugary drinks, for instance, have a tremendous amount of calories. The large portions of fries, the supersizing everything is way too much for what they need.
Regarding exercise, the problem is everywhere in our society. Experts blame modern conveniences that they say have made us more sedentary and less active, and as a result, more overweight.
It has to do with